Alright, we got our hot wire right here. Got power. See lights on? Nothing from the button. Let's get the choke choked. What's up, banditos? I think what you can see behind me is I got a CX500. I got it for about 280 bucks off some old guy. The CX500 is the reason I bought my GL650, which you can see in my other videos, just because I was like, wow, it looks like a CX500, but it has a few more CCs. So anyways, I picked this bike up, non-running. The story goes is that he bought this bike, he rode it around for a while. Then he took a trip to Mexico for a couple weeks, and when he came back, his nieces and nephews, or kids, teenagers around the house, had tried riding it around the yard, and they dropped it on its left side and were unable to pick it back up. However long it was, it laid on its side. It has these crash bars on it, so that was good, but there is some dings and dents in that crash bar, the front part of the crash bar up there. And what it did is it bent the shift lever here, and it's tweaked pretty good. What that made happen was all the oil ran out of the bike. The guy said he's never been able to get it running since, but he never really tried. I was able to get the bike to turn over, so I at least knew the motor wasn't locked up. Took a chance, paid him 280 bucks for what is almost a complete bike. The only things I can tell that are really missing off it are he must have tried to get it started at one time, because the little connection pieces from the airbox to the carbs are missing. Of course, there's no battery here, and then this left side cover is missing, but the right side is still there. My plan for this bike is to just get this thing running and maybe sell it, and if I can't get it running, I can probably at least sell this deluxe tank for what I purchased the whole bike for, but I think we can get it running. So what we're gonna do on this bike, get the carbs off, clean them up enough just to see if we can get it running. I have a battery from my other bike that I can put in here, and I'm gonna have to hot wire the ignition. So yeah, let's get to it. I believe I imported a Black Widow with me because I've got all these Black Widow webs here. Kind of get rid of some of these webs and hopefully find the Black Widow and get rid of her. We will get the tank off just so we can have a little bit more room to work and get these carbs out. That'll probably involve taking the seat off as well. The sun has dry rotted this brake reservoir master cylinder. There's also some chintzy stuff here, like we've got some tape on these this wiring here, and this whole front end may need some maintenance, but it really isn't terrible. It just looks like it's been sitting out in the sun. But just in case I need any parts, I picked this front end up for nothing from a guy who did a fork swap. Brakes that have been recently used with a good brake rotor on it. We may end up just swapping the whole front end onto that bike. We'll see. So I'm going to show you how to remove the seat. Show you here. If you look right under the seat, right in here, there is a lever, and there's one on the other side as well. Going into spiderweb country here, but there's another lever right there. So you're just going to put your hand under here, pull the lever back. So many spiderwebs. Ah! Woo! Yes. Oh, and I see my Black Widow. She is right. You guys see her? Oh, right now she is gonna eat me. Where is she? Right there. There you go. Look at that. Okay, she's going bye-bye. So we'll just get all this cleaned up, get the tank off. Look at all this black widow deaths in here. There's a spider there that's been eaten, a spider there that's been eaten. There's a black widow egg, we'll take care of that. There's our black widow egg. Before we vacuum it or blow it around or whatever, we're gonna just make sure that those guys can't hatch. What do you guys think I should do with this bike? Should I flip it or should I build it? Ugh. Oh, the filth of years of just being there. Check it out. June 29th. And right on time, Arizona monsoon is starting. It's just a little bit, but I can hear some thunder. Getting in the ground a little wet. Smells like rain. Working on motorcycles. Anyway, we gotta clean this baby up. I got a quick way to do it. Got the old Home Life leaf blower. Rock hard hose. Might just break off. Oh, look at that. Sounds like there's dirt in it. I don't know. Now we can get to the carbs. Put some of this little bracket up. Check this out. This is the left manifold. You can see in here has a little crack in the O-ring, so we'll get a new one of those. Carbs out. All right. Got one more Big Daddy right here. Carbs might not be that bad, except that they were wide open for what I'm gonna assume is a few years. We got some carburetors. If we get it started, we know we have at least a semi-chance of a decent engine. We need to do something with this spark plug wire too. Quality, quality boys. Maybe the jets aren't even clogged up, but we'll check it all out, clean them up a little bit, get them back on there, see if we can get some spark on there and get her running. Booyah. All right, so what I've decided we're gonna do is just give these carbs a general cleaning. We'll open the top, we'll open the bottom, pull the floats out, clean the jets. We're just gonna get them clean enough to get fuel and air through them so that we can see if we can get that bike to fire up. Hopefully I can find the key to the bike. See in there, it basically looks like this is just filled up with dirt. Man, the gasket even looks kind of yeah, the gasket is rock hard. I'm not gonna pry it out, I'm just gonna clean the dirt out. This is filled up with dirt just from the carb sitting open. But you know what, if it wasn't run and dirt wasn't pulled through, man, we might be doing okay here. Arizona. Stuff comes apart so easily. Shoot, that one looks great as well. Probably should have just put gas in it, but actually with all that dirt in there, that's probably not what we should have done. So. I've decided these look great. I do not need to do anything else to them. Okay, we got them put back together. They kind of look the same on the outside because I'm not going to clean the outside, but everything's moving freely. Super happy inside the car because they looked actually pretty good. Most of the dirt in there was just loose dirt. All the jets you can see through them. I didn't take the entire carbs apart, but I don't think I have to, so let's get them on the bike. Okay, we have the carbs on, we have the throttle cables on, we don't have the choke cable on. I don't know that we're gonna need it, but before I need to get this bike even cranked over, I'm gonna go ahead and change the shift shaft seal. The shift shaft. So to fill this with oil, this has a really bad leaking seal. So what we're gonna do is take the shifter off, and there's a 10mm bolt down there that I'll go ahead and remove. Anyway, so you can see there's a groove in the shift shaft. The shift shaft. And that, even if you loosen the shifter, you have to remove the bolt completely so that it can clear that groove. So now we can see the shift shaft. The shift shaft. That's a funny name. The shift shaft. There's a seal in here. Let's get it in there. Booyah. Easy. Here's the seal. This one's pretty hard. So we have our new Honda seal right here. Genuine. I don't even know if they make ungenuine ones, but here it is. So I have just a little bit of oil here, both on the outer edge. I'll just take my finger and I'll put some on the inside as well. If you can fit the oil seal in there. Got a socket here. I'll slip it over there. I got this stupid exhaust H-box in the way. Boom. Oh, look at that. Just twisted this screwdriver and easy. It went in easy. It should bottom out. Now we have our new shifter. There is a mark on the shifter and the shift shaft. The shift shaft. You're supposed to line up. Here's a used shifter that I got off eBay. There you go. See a little dot right there. That dot has a place, lines up with on the shift shaft. The shift shaft. Let's clean it off and see if we can find it. It should just slip right on. And what we want to do is make sure that when we shift, this guy doesn't hit the exhaust. We'll put our bolt in. Alright. Cool. Now we can fill this motor with oil. Yeah! So now what we gotta do is we're gonna put a battery in here, and I have the battery off my other bike, which I imagine a GL650 battery is the same size. Look at this stuff. They're battery tender wires they had on here. I like it. It's solid. Pieces of junk off there. Cut this one off as well. Come on, battery fit. It fits. Awesome. Good enough. We got one to the chassis and one to the starter. Guess what we have to do now? I don't have a key. We need to hotwire it. I'm gonna have to research this. We got a blown one too. That doesn't surprise me with some of the stuff. Oh, look at that. Look at this, man. We might not be able to start this thing just because of all the shady shit. So, because that fuse was blowing, they ran a wire across it so it would stop blowing. That one's good. Sheesh. Okay, let me figure this out. Was hoping I was going to be able to get this bike started. I haven't even got it to turn over yet. Was thinking I could hotwire it, but when I went to hotwire it, I could see that someone has been here before me and permanently, I think, hotwired it. So we've got all kinds of wires that have been spliced within the ignition, but you can see some of these are exposed. I got this guy here. I'm gonna try to figure this out. I'm not gonna put it on camera, but we're gonna get it going. I got a little bit of life. I got the engine to turn over. I have taken the ignition and I jumped it so that it has power from this black wire to that red wire, and that has given me some dash lights to turn on. Disconnected the kill switch, but it seems like this switch here is messed up, so I have to kind of... Nice! So if I finagle with the button, I'm able to get a connection. So I'll mess with that a little bit more. I might take it apart, clean it up, see if we can get it to work. But hey, we got something, and it turns over, so that's awesome. So what I've done is I've taken the switch out of the controls. It looks like you could break it really easy, so I didn't take it apart. What I did was I actuated the switch and I put some WD-40 in there. The switch moves a lot better. There was a little bit of rust here. I don't know if this is gonna help, but put the WD-40 in there. Now I'm just gonna my jumper, a little jumper into the boom, lights turn on. Hope I don't shock myself. Awesome, 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 awesome. We'll put some gas to it now and see if we can get it running. All right, so we need a gas tank. So I got a water bottle. I did put just a few ounces of gas in it. I've got a air fitting. Should be good enough. There we go. Put that on our water bottle just so we can see if our bike will start. We'll hook that to the carb. All right, we got our hot wire right here. Got power. All right, I'm nervous, guys. Let's see what we can do. On the button. Ooh, let's see if we can get the choke. Let's get the choke choked. Working in dangerous territory here. I got all my fishing poles hanging above us, and we have been hooked by a little spinner here. Hang that baby up. So I was able to get the choke cable on. It's choked. Only got a few ounces of gas in there. Hopefully it'll start. Let's try it. All right, try number 10 or so. Okay, we got power. Hey! so we'll have to fix that. But heck yeah, it sounds like it runs pretty decent too. Totally excited. She's smoking a little. That could be because it was laid on its side for so long, or it could just be really bad motor. I don't know. Maybe we'll rebuild it. Sweet. There it is. CX500. So, will it run? Heck yeah, it'll run. We got a lot of stuff to do on this just to make it safe, I think, on the wiring piece. So we'll get an ignition switch. We'll get the controls sorted out. Probably just get some used controls that are in good shape and see what we can do to just get the bike rideable. And then I have some decent front brakes and a decent front end that we can put on it or swap parts on from. But heck yeah, I'm all totally stoked about it. Stay tuned. There'll be more on the CX500. I don't know how quickly I'll get to it, but when I do, I'll put it out there for you guys to see. Thanks for watching.